What's up, y'all? This is Chris with another episode of Crazy, Scary, Cool. I'm here to talk to you today about Heretic. Heretic is a religious horror film. It blurs religion with suspense. It's got some elements of psychological horror, and it's a thriller. So this movie is not what I expected. Um, it stars Hugh Grant. He's the villain of the film. I was thinking that was going to be more of like a standard kidnapping film. That definitely was at play here, but this is much more of a philosophical film. I guess this is going to be a spoiler, but I don't want to give too much away because I still think that it's good if you go in blind. Um, Two women who are Mormons. They are doing mission their mission in which they are evangelizing and trying to gain new recruits. So they're off in the world. And they have had a man who we later find out is Hugh Grant's character, who um, tells them that he's interested. They go to his house, excuse me, with the purpose of converting him, and shit goes awry. He's a very intelligent character. Hugh Grant does an excellent job of playing this really intelligent, I guess you could say like new age philosopher, who really challenges them on their beliefs. And then shit goes awry for them. That's all I'm going to spoil. Um, I would also say that horror is doing a really good job of subverting expectations. That there have been tropes that we have been seeing in the past that I think that filmmakers are pushing away from. I think the two young women in the role we had, I'm forgetting their names, but the woman she plays in Yellow Jackets. She is young Natalie, who's unrecognizable in this role. I thought she looks totally different. Um, she's in it, and I'm forgetting the other actress's name, but with I'm just gonna say Natalie from Yellow Jacket. Her character, she is a little bit more worldly between the two, and she seems that it would have been really easy for them just to have played like maybe one just been completely naive and then the other would have been almost like a zealot. But with this, they were both so with Natalie, her character from Yellow Jackets, I'm just gonna let me get their names. Let me get their names because I don't want to keep calling them by the wrong names. But as I'm doing that, I'll just keep talking about it. So with them, so her name is Sophia Thatcher. She's Sister Barnes. So she is the more worldly of the two characters. With her character, she seems to have already maybe asked some of the questions that Hugh Grant's character is posing upon her, or she's thought about some of those things, and she seems that she's already challenged herself on some of her beliefs, but still holds her faith because she seems to be, I don't want to say the smarter of the two, but I think she's probably the one with the most world experience, the one who's been exposed to the most, and who has had um, her beliefs challenged, and she's thought about some of the things that Hugh Grant has said, so that she challenges him back. She actually mentions that in the film that they can be threats intellectually, and she definitely does that. And she's definitely the more, I would say, serious of the two. And I think that she's serious because she's questioned some of her beliefs, and even though she still has faith, I think her faith has been challenged of the two women. The other actress, her name is Chloe East. She plays Sister Paxton. Um, she's definitely the more naive of the two, but not naive in the sense that she like is dumb or hasn't questioned things, but she's young and she just doesn't have the life experience. So and she just hasn't had those opportunities to have herself questioned. She hasn't had a need, or it just the opportunity hasn't arise for her belief to really be been questioned. Which I think that that's something that we all experience. We all, I think, well, not all, but I think sometimes that these two women they almost kind of play the how can I put it, the journey of belief, the journey of religion. That like when you're young, your beliefs aren't challenged. You kind of just accept things as they are because you've never really had any reason to think outside of the box. But then as you start to gain experiences, um, your beliefs get to challenge, you start to ask questions, and you start to, you start to get some tough questions, and you can either duck your head in the sand and just be oblivious, or you can try to answer those some of those questions. And I think that's what Sophia Thatcher's character was doing. But I liked it because again, they didn't have one just be stupid, or even when facts were presented, that that they were just, how can I just I don't want to say acted oblivious, but Chloe East's character, she acknowledged that she didn't know things, that there was things that she didn't know. And instead of just giving like some flowery church answer, she recognized that these are good questions and I just don't have the answer. That's refreshing. And then Sophia Thatcher's character, she is again has been challenged with those things. So she almost has this duality to where she knows that these are good questions. She knows that her faith is being challenged and she knows there's some validity, but she still upholds her beliefs without being dogmatic. So it's almost this interesting duality that exists in her character. So she's really strong. But going back to Chloe East's character, they don't play her as like a just a blind zealot. They don't play her as just like this, like she doesn't know things, but they don't play her like almost like she's just like totally oblivious. It's more so she's just young. Um, and I like that she is definitely the more lighthearted of the two. And she's funny. They give her some character and some personality, and it makes this dynamic work really well because you go in there thinking that maybe these girls or these young women are friends, but obviously they all just paired together and working together, and it works better as a partnership, almost as a job, than it does as a friendship. Like I don't know if these two would make sense as friends, but this is great seeing them work together. But going back to the film, I don't want to spoil too much, but it's not like your conventional bang bang shoot 'em up film. But it definitely does ask some difficult questions related to religion and belief, and a lot of big, huge questions that, frankly, a lot of people don't have the answer to. But it does a really good job with tension. Does a really good job with suspense. I guess like my one criticism, I guess I would have liked to see like maybe a little bit better of a cat and mouse game at some point. Definitely would have liked to see like a strong chase scene. Uh, and there was some times to where I feel like they made some shaky decisions. But all in all, this was a really solid film. Um, Spooky season is over now, so maybe those conventional slashers or like creature features or like that, really supernatural type films, to where it really plays into some of that high horror. This is a little bit different. This is much more subtle. This is much more realistic in a lot of ways. So I can see someone who definitely prefers like that psychological horror would have a really good time with this. It definitely, again, it asks a lot of tough questions. It's very inquisitive. It's a very curious film. So don't want to give away too much. I will give this a 4 out of 5. Had a really good time with this film. Had a really good time. I really enjoyed it. Very strong movie. Would encourage you all to check it out. So yeah, that's a crazy, scary, cool review of 2024's Heretic, starring Hugh Grant, Sophia Thatcher, and Chloe East. Check it out and let me know what you think. Like, share, and subscribe. All that jazz. And thank you. And hope y'all have a great day.